Okay, record. Uh, let's start. I'm in Visio with Alex Scotti, drummer of Thunderhead, who left the band in 1995 from Germany. Alex, thanks for accepting this interview.
Yeah, you're welcome.
To start with, without talking about Thunderhead, can you introduce yourself and give us some news about you?
Uh, yeah, I'm Alex. I'm the original drummer of Thunderhead. I've been there like the whole time till we stopped in 1996, actually, 69. Yeah, this is where we stopped, actually. Um, then I played as a hired gun for some other bands, probably not very known. And I started business as a video editor. This is what I actually do now for business. And yeah, since a couple of years actually, Henny, Ole, and I got together again. We have a practice room together. We actually play together. We write songs again, and I thought would be a good opportunity to release all the old albums again. So that's what I'm doing right now.
Okay. Um, I find this very curious. While the Thunderhead seems dead and gone for many years, you offer a new mix of Busted at the Border 35 years later.
Yeah.
You say you weren't satisfied with Tony Platt's original mix. Can you tell us the story and why this long wait for a new?
Oh yeah. This is might be a longer story. So in 1990, we started working on our second album. We did demo tapes, pre-production. We kind of were working in the studio quite a lot, and I did all the engineering for the demo tapes for the pre-production. And the record company basically decided we need a producer to do the record, and we finally agreed on Tony Platt. We wanted to have something different in the first place, but he had no time. And the guy had the same management as Tony Platt. And Tony Platt basically jumped in. He offered us a deal. We thought, wow, he worked with ACDC and stuff. Might be a good pick. So we chose him. During the recording session, we actually went pretty. We were not satisfied with the result that came out. I I actually think the demo I did was better than the album, actually. So um, um, we always had the tapes on the attic of Henny's house for all the years, and then I thought I was listening to the album one day, and I thought, well, it sounds shit. Why I can do it again and I can do it better. I tried. So I picked up all the tapes and yeah, then I started mixing the songs again, and I think they came out pretty good. And that's what you hear on Spotify now.
Okay.
Yeah,
Um,
it took it maybe to explain the long time. When we split up, we had some arguments with Ted back then, and we've been asked to re-release the albums a couple of times, but that never worked out because we couldn't agree with Ted. And as he is a quarter of the band, he always had his quarter of an opinion, and we respected that, but we couldn't agree with his terms of dealing with this. So we said, okay, if you don't agree with us, there will be no releases. Since a couple of, yeah, maybe 2 years or something, I got contact again with him. And then we decided, yeah, let's bring out the old stuff again. So Ted agreed, everybody agreed, and now I'm doing this stuff.
okay. In the in the link you gave me, we just find the album in the new version. Why didn't you add some stuff like demos or live of this era?
Can you ask the question again?
In the link you gave me from the new mix, we just find
Yeah.
the album in the new version. Why didn't you add some stuff like demos or live of this era?
Oh, first of all, it takes some time to prepare stuff. I have actually, from that time, 1990, from that album, I don't have much material. We have the video from 25 or 64, which I redid. I think I did send it to you, right?
Yeah,
The,
I see that
yeah,
on your YouTube channel.
yeah. So that is actually the only film material we have. And I changed it a little bit because we didn't like that one either. So I redid the video as well. I don't have more material from it. It's like I'm if I had more, I would have provided more, but I still have the master tapes from the old demo, and they might be released later this year.
Okay. Busted at the Border was released in 1919 when the musical landscape was very different. What audience do you hope to have? With this new version? Do you think the new generation could be interested by Thunderhead?
That's actually one reason why I remixed it, and the way this is one reason why I did it the way I tried now. I tried to make it a little more modern and to cope up with newer mixes from other bands. Like I'm a big fan of the last Saxon album or the last Judas Priest album. Great mixes, great albums. And when I'm in a playlist together with them, I want to sound at least competitive. That's why I did the album the way I did now. And I think because nobody could hear our music for quite a long time, if you stumble up on it right now, you might be interested and you might like it and you might listen to it. I hope that some new listeners keep up and like the stuff we did.
Okay. Um, a remastered version of Behind the Eight Ball is also available since like last year.
Yeah.
From a cream paste to where you told the truth about Hell, you recorded and mixed the album of the band. Do you think this ones will release again too?
I'm actually working on Crime Pace right now. I do a new remix. The first three albums were on Intercord here in Germany and Music for Nations, I think, for the rest of the world. We got the rights back for the first three albums. So they will be released in any case. Up from Killing, we've been with Gun Records, and they actually still have the rights on the albums. And I start talking to them in the future, and I hope I will get the go to release them as well. But this has to be negotiated, and let's see what happens. I can't promise, but let's see what I can get done.
Okay.
Yeah.
About these new versions, are there just digital versions, or can we up a CD or a vinyl format?
It's planned to release them as vinyl and CD. Actually, maybe in a couple of weeks I can tell you more details. Not now, but we're working on a solution right now, actually. So and it looks very promising that everything will be re-released as CD and as vinyl too.
Okay. Um, You told me in Messenger that Thunderhead could reunite soon, but with a new lineup. What can you tell us for the moment?
So Henny, Ole, and I, we're still big friends since ever. Actually, it never changed. It definitely will be a new singer, that's for sure.
Hmm?
But I can't tell you now. Up to now, I can't tell you who it is.
Okay.
Yeah.
um, I propose that we talk about your career. To start at the beginning, I couldn't find your date of birth. Can you give it to us, or leave it to us a mystery?
Yeah, I'm born in 1965, in May 1965. So I'm turning 60 this year. Yeah.
Okay. Do you remember your first steps in music, your influences, and what led you to the drums?
Yeah. Actually, good question. Back then in school, we had, um, uh, I need the English words now. I was in the school, like back then in school, we always had like these things where you could choose a certain thing to do, and there were like besides all the normal one like mathematics and physics and stuff, we could choose one thing for us to do, and I choose drums because there was nothing else I was interested in. I didn't know if this is something for me. I was like 13 or something. I didn't know if this is like a good thing for me. I just tried it, and then I got a drum kit for Christmas that year, and I started practicing at home. And soon I'd be leading the class with the drum students because I got so good at it by accident. I don't know, that the teacher was just watching us and I taught the other guys how to play. Yeah, that's how it started. I always was influenced by rock music. I was listening to Deep Purple. I was listening to Judas Priest when the like when Iron Maiden came out. They blew my mind. I was a big Black Sabbath fan and Ozzy Osbourne later. So this is actually my influence. When I was, I don't know, maybe 15, I saw Y&T supporting AC/DC in Germany, and that really blew my mind. This was like the initial I want to play music thing. When I see them, this actually I was so impressed. But Leonard Hayes was the drummer back then. I was so impressed. I actually started playing drums seriously then. Yeah, this is one big influence too.
Hmm?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Um, so I'm not sure about the sources, but it seems you played in the band called Sergeant Fury in 1987.
Yeah,
Can you
that's not
tell us?
true.
It's not true.
This is
Okay.
not that's not true. I the bass player Bauke back then, he was a very close friend, and we shared an apartment together, and I produced their demos, their demo tapes. I never played in the band, but I was very close friends with them. So we started Thunderhead in that time where they started, and we kind of I helped them out a little bit because I was a little more experienced, and I was producing our demo tapes early on, so I helped them out doing theirs. But I never played on any of their albums. I just recorded them.
Hmm?
I
Okay.
actually I actually engineered part of the first album they did.
Okay. So Thunderhead is forming in 1988. It seems
Yeah.
you're not the very first drummer because Fritz Rando played at one rehearsal. Can you tell how you joined the band?
Yeah, I was actually on tour with another band where in that time where they got together. Um, they didn't have a drummer back then, and the Victory guys are close friends to us, so they asked Fritz if they could help out till they find a drummer. And when I came back from the tour I was on, I bumped into Henny, and he said, "Hey, listen, we got a great singer. Will you try and will you come to an audition to try it out with us?" And I said, "Yes, of course. I have time. I can do it." I tried it. I got the job. That was it.
Hmm?
Yeah.
Okay.
So and yeah, Ted auditioned for Victory in the first place when he came to Germany. You probably know that. And
Yes.
this is so Henny, Ted, and Fritz know each other because of that situation over there. And as we are close friends with everybody, everybody helped out as good as everybody could back then.
Hmm?
Yeah.
Okay. The band began by a first demo in 1988. Do you know if this one is listenable somewhere?
Can you ask again?
Thunderhead began by a first demo in 1988. Do you
Yeah.
know if this demo is listenable? We hear it, this
I
demo
still
somewhere?
got I still got the master tapes. I still got them. Um, I probably will digitize them and remaster them and bring them out someday. So because that's one big part of our career is that initial demo tape where we got the record company, the record contract with.
Hmm?
I still got the tape, and I will do something with it. Yeah.
Okay. First album, Behind the Eight Ball, is released the following year. What sense do you give at this name?
I didn't understood. Say it again.
Um, First album, Behind the Eight Ball. What sense do you give at this name?
The name.
The name,
Oh,
yes.
yeah. Behind the eight ball is that is more a question for Ted. This is uh actually Ted back then he did the lyrics. It's about behind the eight ball. It's a saying to like hunt for drugs and booze in bars, and this is what the song is about. To get the drugs you need, and behind the eight ball is kind of chasing the stuff you need. This is what the
Hmm?
meaning behind it. Yeah.
Okay. Um, this album had a good selling, and you toured with Uriah Heep, then Motorhead. Do you
Yeah.
remember your feelings about this period?
Oh yes, I absolutely remember because that was like a big part in my life, even though it's that long ago. Um, I actually toured with Uriah Heep before twice. This was the third time I was to playing together with Uriah Heep on a tour, so I knew them guys already, and we actually met Motorhead on a festival. We played on the end of the Uriah Heep tour, and then all of a sudden, after we played the gig, the Motorhead guys asked us if we can jump on their tour and finish their Motorhead tour in Germany, which was a big surprise for us because we weren't expecting this. I, I, I guess they liked us and asked us if we can finish the Motorhead tour in Germany with them, and that's what we did. Um, it was fun actually because, of course, Motorhead is a huge influence for us. It always was, and this is like playing with our heroes together. This is big thing. I enjoyed it.
Okay, and do you think a video of this jam exists?
I don't know. I have no idea. I have some pictures,
Okay.
and I even have a picture from what 1 year later we played the Christmas show with Motorhead in England, the tour. I still got pictures from that tour. I don't know if there is any video material. I don't think so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah, okay. In 1990, second album Busted at the Border, which we'll talk about. This one is selling less than the first. Do you still think it's Tony Platt's fault? And do you have a kind of hate against him?
Actually, I think if the album would have sounded better, we would probably had said more. I really think the mix that Tony did sucked. I really don't like it. I never liked it, and I think now it's like it's supposed to be. But another thing was we were kind of late before the tour with releasing. I don't know, something happened with record. I don't know anymore exactly what happened. The album was actually released a couple of days before we went on tour, so there was no promotion for the tour. The tour wasn't not so good. If the tour is not good, the album doesn't sell as much. The record company didn't do as good as we wanted. This was a reason why we parted later as well. I still think it's a very good record. I really, really like it. Yeah, I don't know why we didn't sell that much with that one. Several reasons. Yeah.
Okay. You made a Chicago cover, 25 or 6 to 4. Vince Neil played it too in 1995. Did you hear his version?
No.
No?
No, who played it?
On the second album solo, Carved in Stone.
No, I don't
Vince
know
Neil.
that. Yeah.
Okay. And
Send me a link. I like to hear it. Can you send me a link?
yeah, okay.
Yeah.
After the interview,
Yeah.
I send it to
Yeah.
you. Okay. 1991 and the third album, Cream Pays. I remember an interview with Ted Bullitt, the singer, in a French magazine. He said he was sure the Cream could pay off because he had been through difficult time. What is the mindset of all the members of Thunderhead?
I can't really. I don't know what Ted said. So actually we were not satisfied with the record company. We had no good promotion and stuff. The album did very good in Japan, and actually the album made it possible that we toured Japan the first time. But here in Germany, our German record company wasn't doing good, and this is actually the reason why we parted with them. We weren't satisfied with the job they did. They did no promotion, no video. They did basically not much except releasing the album. That was it. Yeah. I don't know what Ted said in the interview. I can say nothing about it. I just know I remember that we were not in a good mood because nothing really happened here.
Okay.
Yeah.
And in the debut of interview, you said that you worked on a new mix on Cream Pays.
Yeah.
When do you think we can hear your new version?
Yeah, there's another thing coming up. This is the one I maybe know next week or in 2-3 weeks. I actually have like I have 3 songs done, started to pause, so I just started mixing. Maybe I need this month to finish it if I'm lucky. I do it when I have time, so I'm not sitting there every day. I just do it when I have time to do stuff. I think I will be done in April, maybe beginning of May, and I plan to release it in autumn. But let's see what happens. We have something in the pocket.
Okay.
So
So from this album to the end, we said it. You produced every record of Thunderhead. What feedback had you from the other guys of the band on your job?
oh, everybody liked it. I mean, I did the engineering, the recording sessions, and basically Henny and I produced the album. He was more the musical mind and I was more the technical mind. But we all arranged the songs. We all wrote the songs together. We tried parts out and stuff. So it was a pretty good teamwork actually. And it was big fun because as soon as we got in that mindset, we are a pretty creative team, especially Henny and I. So I would say I produced everything. It was teamwork together with everybody. I just did the engineering. So yeah, everybody liked the idea because everybody liked the pre-production of Busted better than the album. And Crime Pace came out decent, I guess. And I did more jobs in between with other bands, so everybody knew what I was doing. So we finally decided, hey, let's do it on our own. We don't find any producer we liked, so we decided to do it on our own. That's it. Yeah, and I think like the last albums, they came out really good. I'm really happy with the sound. Like Killing with Style is sounds really good, I think. Were You Told is I really like the album. So everybody's very happy with these. Yeah.
Okay. It was in those years that I discovered Thunderhead, and the group seemed different. Not quite hard rock, not quite heavy metal, and you could have been assimilated to the English scene with bands like Waltz Band or The Almighty. Even you were German. How can you describe your musical identity? I try to
Yeah,
articulate.
it's okay, it's good. I understand. Yeah, so our taste is pretty old school. Everybody like old Aerosmith, old AC/DC, like Deep Purple, all Black Sabbath. That was already like older rock music when we started, right? This was basically 70s rock. Like the first Montrose album is a killer album. We are huge fans of that album. Or the Lizzie, let's say, So we're all influenced of this old, more bluesy, rock and rolly kind of songs, and not the back then modern heavy metal. This is why we kind of stuck in this different kind of niche than other bands. And yeah, Ted is a little older than us. I think now, yeah, he was like 6 or 7 years older than I. So that's a different influence as well. He was a big Rick Derringer fan. He still is a huge Rick Derringer fan. which we even covered songs from him, and it's a big influence, I think. And that's different than like Halloween, or or the German metal scene was more. They were not that rock and roll kind of. They were more a little modern style. They were faster. Yeah, probably was all old school guys.
Hmm?
Yeah.
Okay. So for the tour, you opened for Gamma Ray. As a fan of this band, I would like to know how it was and if you have some anecdotes to tell us.
Yeah, actually, it was a very nice tour. It was a pretty long tour. I think it was like almost 3 months. We've been on tour with them. We played all Europe. Great bunch of guys. One anecdote is Kai and me, we both had a Game Boy, and we back then, and we both were like had to challenge who plays the games faster than the other and stuff. This was fun back then. I've enjoyed it. More anecdotes? I don't know. We had fun. Great bunch of guys, good concerts, good audience. Yeah, that was a good time.
Okay, and I'm not sure, but on this tour, you made a French date with a French band called Jumper Lace. Maybe not true.
I don't know. No.
No. Probably mistake. I'm not sure about that.
Yeah.
So, as we know, Annie Walter, your guitarist, played later in Primal Fear. Was
Yes.
it the first time that he met Ralph Chippers?
No, Ralf Schäfer was the singer in Gamma Ray. So when we toured Gamma Ray, Ralf Schäfer was the singer of Gamma Ray.
Yes, but on this tour, was it the first time him and
Yeah.
Annie meet?
Yes. Yeah, absolutely. Yes.
Okay. On your own YouTube channel, you posted a complete show at Tokyo in 1992.
Yes.
What this tour evokes to you?
Say it again, the question. Sorry.
What this Japan tour evokes to you?
That was amazing. I mean, it was like a complete different culture. The fans are different. You know, you look in the audience, everybody has black hair, which is strange for us. And everything is so organized in Japan. They knew every song. They were singing every song. Yeah. And it was like kind of a culture shock because we weren't used to the Asian mentality and stuff. It was great. I really think that one show I posted, this was we played 3 shows in Club Cheetah in Kawasaki, 3 shows in a row, and this was one of the shows. And I remember this was I was impressed of everything. It was a great time. I still remember it as a highlight of my career, actually.
Okay. 1993, like many fans, I guess, Killing with Styles, my favorite album. What do you think about it 30 years later?
Oh, it's still a great album. I still listen to it in my car. It's still on my playlist. I still think it sounds good. I still think the songs are great. We had like basically a year break because we didn't have a record company till we signed with Gun. So we had some time to work on songs. And our skills were better than before. I did more productions with other bands. We had time to practice more. We had time to work on the songs. So it was in all, it was an improvement of everything. So, and I think you hear it, because that is a big step up in our career. It sold more than every other album. We even been in the German charts with it. Yeah, was a good album.
Okay.
Still is.
So we arrived at the end of this first session. I suggest that we make a little cut, and I send you a
Yeah.
new link in
Yeah.
five
Okay.
5 minutes. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
See you later. Yeah.